comes Is this all the students?
Music stop. Yeah, I think it's
But
like
Lynn's supposed to cue me. Do I go up
you
now?
tell people to please be seated.
Okay. Right now, are you sure?
I think
Sarah?
so.
Are you sure?
Yep. Yep. No.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Please go ahead and be seated, graduates. I am Eddie Uehara, Dean of the UW School of Social Work, and I am delighted. I am overjoyed to welcome graduates and their families and special guests to the school's 2023 graduation ceremony. A special welcome and thank you to our esteemed keynote speaker, Raquel Montoya Lewis. Thank you for joining us. For the enjoyment of all, we would ask everyone to silence their cell phones during the celebration. Also, there is an elevator in the corner behind me to my left for those who might need it. This will be the very last School of Social Work graduation ceremony that I open as your dean. In just a few days, I will step down from the deanship after 17 wonderful, amazing years. It has been, thank you. It has been the very deepest honor and greatest joy to serve as your dean, and I have cherished every day that I have served in this post. Students, staff, faculty, and friends, thank you from the bottom of my heart for the privilege. But now it is my great honor to call the school's incoming dean to officially preside over his very first graduation ceremony. Everyone in the hall, please join me in a hearty and raucous round of applause and welcome for Dean Mike Spencer.
Aloha hiahi, kako. My name is Mike Spencer. Good evening to all of you. I'm the Presidential Term Professor of Social Work and I will be the Baumer Endowed Dean beginning July 1, 2023. Thank you. Oh, thank you. We won't need that anymore. Right? I'm honored to welcome the 2023 graduates and their families, friends, and loved ones to the graduation ceremony. Before we begin, I'd like to note that there will be some small changes to the program tonight, but know that we all know that you will be sitting in ambiguity, and that's something you're quite used to in social work classrooms, so I think we should be okay. On behalf of the faculty, staff, students of the University of Washington School of Social Work, thank you all for joining us tonight in celebration of this distinguished graduating class of 2023. As we begin our celebration, please join me in acknowledging the Coast Salish people, past, present, and future, of this land, which touches the shared waters of the Coast Salish, including the tribes and bands within the Duwamish, Suquamish, Tulalip, Muckleshoot nations. We give thanks for the privilege of gathering on this land tonight. We come together to honor the accomplishments of 320 extraordinary, passionate people who have given so much and sacrificed so much to reach this moment. We could not be prouder of our graduates, nor more excited about the commitment to social justice that they make by choosing social work as their profession. At the same time, we acknowledge that no person is an island. Each is lifted to success by the love, support, and sacrifice of many others. So before I pay tribute to our graduates themselves, I'd like to recognize some amazing people in the hall today. First and foremost, will the families, friends, chosen family, and loved ones of our graduates please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Honored guests, the School of Social Work joins our graduates in extending our deepest thanks and appreciation to all of you. You have made truly big sacrifices. You have given up precious family time, provided unending support and encouragement so that our graduates could concentrate on their studies. Many of you eased the financial burden of our students. Some of you ability to succeed. For all these reasons and many, many more, this graduation ceremony is an embrace. Can we please have a last, will the distinguished graduates of 2023 please rise and be recognized, and let's give them the biggest round of applause. Thank you. Esteemed class of 2023, you graduate in times of great confusion and turbulence, but never doubt that you're part of a greater community of social workers who will work and fight alongside you and other activists, coalitions, and communities for things like universal right to health care and reproductive rights, for the inalienable rights of the LGBTQ community, immigrant populations, BIPOC and refugee communities, for the protection of all populations subjected to marginalization, oppression, and violence, and indeed for the survival of our planet and all living things that we all thrive on. As a new generation of social workers, you will step up to the challenge, step into the turbulence in order to bend the arc of the moral universe towards social justice. Class of 2023, you are unstoppable, unwavering, and an immeasurable force for good, and I would like to wish you congratulations to all of you at this time. Next up, we will have our student performer, but before we do that, I just want to take a quick moment, if it's all right, to go a little off script. I'd like to ask Eddie, our dean, to please come to the podium and please receive our very small token of appreciation for all of your incredible years of service leading this incredible school at this incredible university. We are blessed to have some very talented students among our graduates, and we'll have several performances throughout our program tonight. I'd like to introduce you to our first student performer, Barbara Belk, a BASW student who will also be entering our MSW Advanced Standing Program this summer. She will come and share some words of wisdom with us. Barbara?
That's a little much, guys. Emma Hupel da Tatni Snusum, Barbara Diwayu, Ganhara Diptegu, Lukwalu Amgoru Nuamnidzasim, Sagwagaluk. My name is Barbara. I'm Tsimshian and also of German and Welsh descent, but I didn't have the privilege of hearing my heritage languages while growing up. Almost 3 years ago, I joined an incredible group of people learning the Tsimshian language, Tsimaliaq. An international grassroots community of learners and teachers moved their weekly sessions online when isolation became the new normal. This act of collaborative perseverance kept the momentum of their language revitalization work alive and strong despite social distancing. Learning a language online is difficult, but they never wavered in their dedication. They turned lemons into lemonade, ligik at it won't slaganti, and created space for brand new learners. This allowed for people like me, who don't live among a large community of Tsimshian people, access to our own language. These wonderful people lit a fire for me, and my path has been brightened ever since. Sagwalgaluk, the fire is lit. Lu'am Goru. When I started learning Tsimaliaq, I didn't anticipate the impact that it would have. Like many other Native people, I had generational wounds that I had never noticed. While learning my language, I also learned the history of how it was forcibly taken from my ancestors, from my own great-grandparents. With this pain came joy from sharing space with wonderful people coming together with purpose, and I came to know and understand myself more deeply. Language is so much more than piecing words together to send messages. Languages defines different cultures and peoples. It contains knowledge and instructions for the land that it was born to. Language is a window back in time that can show people how their ancestors saw and interacted with the world. The words and language we use with others and with ourselves matter. Language has the power to unite and disrupt, to lift people up and to hold people down. Language determines who is included and who is excluded. When I began learning Tsimaliaq, I became rooted in my culture and in my community. And together we've lived true to our traditional values of discipline, holding each other up, and strength. Lu'am Goru, my heart is full. Sagay ulam god. Participating in Simalyak, learning in tandem with my BASW education by fulfilling my community service learning experience with the Juneau Simalyak learners has enhanced my awareness of the ways that I can use social work skills with Tsimshian and other communities. During this school year, I stepped into a professional social work position in Indian child welfare with the Tlingit and Haida tribes. The way I engage in this work is consistently informed by the personal growth and community love I've experienced with my fellow language learners and teachers. I bring to this work the traditional values and cultural knowledge that I've gained, and I carry more understanding for people who live life differently than myself. As emerging social workers and as humans, we will encounter people in our work and in our lives who don't speak the same language that we do, or whose first language may not be English or any other colonial language. Please keep in mind how important the languages of various peoples can be, including English and Spanish, and also Lushootseed, Telugu, and many others. Please create space for those who may not be fluent in your own language, and consider learning the languages that may have meaning for you personally. Listen well and with respect to words shared with you in any language, and appreciate what can be learned by valuing the traditions of other people. Sagay ulam god, we are all of one heart. Nagyetgu, in sipsipinsku adatidzu, in sipensem. Uplukwil toyoksit newsum. I am thankful for you all.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Your ancestors are smiling down on you. Aloha ahi ahi kako. Good evening, everyone. I am Kalei Kanuha, the Interim Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at the school. And we are so proud and happy to welcome everyone to our 2023 graduation ceremony for our social work graduates. Every year, graduating bachelor's and master's students nominate and vote for a faculty member to receive the Student's Choice Teaching Award on behalf of their respective cohorts. These faculty are recognized for their outstanding contributions to classroom teaching and are selected based on the enthusiasm and innovation to learning and teaching and inspiring independent and original thinking in our students. This year, the graduating BASW students have selected Norma Timbang for the Student's Choice Teaching Award. Congratulations, Norma. I'd like to read the plaque that Norma has just received, which includes a quote from her students. Norma's plaque reads, "Change maker and who stewards beloved community." Congratulations, Norma. For the MSW Students Teaching Award, the graduating students have selected two recipients, Rachel Barrett and Laura Okoloko. Rachel, please come up. Rachel's plaque reads, "Expertise, humor, and a clear passion for teaching." Congratulations. And Laura's award reads, "Authentic, engaging, and caring." Congratulations, Laura. The School of Social Work's Luane Gilchrist Doctoral Mentor Award honors Luane Gilchrist, Professor Emeritus, who is known for her commitment to student mentorship and teaching over her long career at the school. This honor recognizes faculty who are dedicated to the promise and success of our doctoral students through mentorship, scholarly guidance, and moral support. We would like to acknowledge the work of the Doctoral Program Awards Committee and the support of Dean Eddie Uehara for making this recognition possible. And as an aside, on behalf of many of us, now on the faculty of our school and in academic settings around the globe, I want to recognize Dean Eddie, who was a doctoral mentor for many of us who received our PhDs here at the school. We love you and appreciate you, Eddie, for the strong foundation you gave us. Mahalo nui. And this year, the Doctoral Mentor Award is awarded to Dr. Margaret Kuklinski. Margaret, please come forward to receive your plaque. Many doctoral students, current and former, wrote letters of support for Margaret, and her plaque includes some of their comments. Continuously inspiring, dedicated, supportive, mentor, and leader. Congratulations, Margaret.
Thank you so much, Kale. Now I'm honored to introduce our keynote speaker for the evening, Justice Raquel Montoya Lewis, a Washington State Supreme Court Justice and a passionate advocate for juvenile justice reform, as well as tribal courts and communities. Justice Montoya Lewis is the first Native American justice to serve on the Washington State Supreme Court. She is also a distinguished member of the University of Washington community, where she received a law degree from the School of Law in 1995 and an MSW degree in 1996. Her judicial experience has been extensive and exemplary. In 2019, Governor Jay Inslee appointed Justice Montoya Lewis to the Washington State Supreme Court. She served for 5 years as Supreme Court judge for Whatcom County, where she heard felony criminal and civil trials and presided over the Whatcom County Therapeutic Drug Court. Before working with state courts, she served for 20 years as a tribal court judge for many tribes and was chief judge for the Lumi, Nooksack, and Upper Skagit tribes. And Justice Montoya Lewis returns to the school tonight, where she received her MSW. In addition to her judicial work, Justice Montoya Lewis was also a tenured associate professor at Western Washington University's Fairhaven College, where she taught classes and conducted research on issues ranging from juvenile justice to cultural identity. Committed to welfare of children and youth, Justice Montoya Lewis has received numerous awards for her support of the juvenile justice system. These include the Betty Blinn Fletcher Leadership and Justice Award, which she won in 2021, and the Judge of the Year Award for the Washington chapter of the American Board of Tribal Attorneys, for which she received in 2020. In 2018, she was recognized with the Child Advocacy Center Community Leadership Award from the Bridget Collins Family Support Center. This background and her later work as a tribal court judge has shaped who she is today, a person who knows firsthand many of the concerns and issues affecting Native Americans and Indigenous people in our country. We are honored that Justice Raquel Montoya Lewis agreed to be our keynote speaker this year, and I know we are all looking forward to hearing what she has to say. So without further ado, please welcome our 2023 School of Social Work graduation keynote speaker, Washington State Supreme Court Justice and youth advocate, Raquel Montoya Lewis.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the opportunity to give tonight's graduation address. When you're asked to return to your alma mater to address new graduates, you know you've crossed over from a young person freshly launched upon the world to an elder with all of the experience and, one hopes, wisdom you have learned over the years. It's been nearly 30 years since I finished my Master's of Social Work degree, and I have been asked countless times how I decided to get a joint degree in law and social work, whether I intended to become a justice of the Washington State Supreme Court, whether I have always wanted to be a judge. All of those questions have answers available out there on the internet. What's important today, though, is you and celebrating your accomplishments, not talking about mine. What I hope to share with you today is the importance of exactly that, you and who you are, preserving your stories and those of the people you have already supported in your career, and the many who will come to you for help and guidance after today. For whatever reason, you are all drawn to the practice of social work to help people. And as I know you have learned in your studies, sometimes that desire is fraught with complexity. Not everyone seeks the help that you seek to give. Sometimes the desire to help is born from privilege, and sometimes that's unexamined. Often, the desire to help comes from our own sense of helplessness in our own lives, a desire to help others find power where we have struggled. Each of these and the many other things that have brought you to sit where you sit today has within them a story. As a Native woman, I was raised with stories, taught to tell them, and most importantly, trained to listen to them. Over the years of my career, I have learned that single fundamental lesson over and over again. People need to be heard. As a judge, I've been in the courtroom with people who are telling me about the very worst day of their lives. Sometimes the worst day of their lives was happening that very day, the day they chose to enter drug court, for example, knowing that they had burned their lives down to the very ground and had to make a choice to ask for help and begin to rebuild it. Those people looked into the future and saw nothing, and while I was the face of the team there to help them, prior to that day, help had never helped. They took it on faith that this time would be different. And sometimes it was different, and sometimes it wasn't. But even when it wasn't, listening to the struggle mattered. As a drug court judge, I saw people beat addictions that they had fought for 20 years. But I also saw many lose the fight. I hope they know I listened to their stories and that I take them with me everywhere I go. One thing I know I have learned is that those stories were gifts to me, and that my work was to hear them, to honor them, and to give meaning to those struggles, even when those struggles did not have the ending we had hoped for. And that's the reality of the work you've chosen for your careers. Not all the work you will do will have the ending you're hoped for, the ending you have trained for, the ending you will work for. So what do you do as you move forward? How do you stay committed to the hard work of justice when doing that work inevitably leads to smaller victories than you'd hoped and bigger losses than you planned? You remember. I come from generations who survived. I was raised with this knowledge before I knew what it meant. And as I get older, I am still learning what that means. But I was raised with the stories my father told me of being beaten by the nuns who ran the Native boarding school where he attended school in the 1950s, whenever he spoke his native languages. He could not teach me those languages without fearing the harm that would come to me. My tribal languages are very actively used in my tribe. But because I grew up with my father on active duty in the Air Force, teaching me the languages fell to him alone. And his trauma around speaking those languages resulted in the loss of language to me and to my children. As a result of no one's fault in my own family, we suffered a significant cultural loss. So my job then is to remember our ancestral history of the removal of generations from the care of family and community, and the long-term consequences, not just to me personally, but to generations of Native families and communities. I listen to those stories, I tell them when I can, and I hold them close. The stories of my great-grandmother, who was sent to Carlisle boarding school in 1880, live with me and my children, as well as with the historical records of many children like my great-grandmother. It's easy to venerate the stories of our ancestors, but remember, each of you sits with the stories that brought you here and the ones people have told you. All of those stories are gifts for the generations to come. So you must know those stories, yours and the people who came before you. As you work with people over your career, I encourage you to learn their stories, preserve them, and if they'll let you, share them. Our stories today comprise of the ancestral knowledge of the future. The wisdom we find in the stories of the past exists in our own stories. If you don't know your own families, learn those stories. As you build relationships with your clients, learn theirs. Show that you value what brought them to your doorstep. Recognize that their stories contain wisdom, even as they sit across from you in crisis. In that way, you can show compassion through listening and remembering. When I was a student at the School of Social Work, one of my professors, now retired, taught us what she called magic questions. They seemed absurdly simple, and they were. She asked us to start by asking our friends these questions when they came to us with problems, and so I tried with a lot of trepidation. One of the questions was, well, you may not know what to do now, but if you did know the answer, what would it be? Suddenly, the person who previously had no idea how to solve their issue had 3 new ideas, all because the phrasing of the question allowed them to take a slight step away from being at the center of the problem. I encourage you to try new things as you embark on this new career, even questions that seem like tricks. Your goal as a social worker is always to do justice, to care for people in need, and I hope to meet people where they are. As I said when I was sworn into the Washington State Supreme Court, for me, justice is alive. It is active. It takes many people working to avoid injustice and actively do justice in order to move toward a just society. I believe that so much, I had the words "be kind" and "do justice" tattooed on my forearm when I turned 50. I don't know if I'm the only Supreme Court justice with a tattoo, but I am likely the only one who developed the idea of the tattoo from a stand-up comedian. This comedian lost his wife to a drug overdose, and before she died, she always told him that the world is in chaos and we should strive to be kind, recognizing that we live inside that chaos. As we try to make sense of the world, I have found I am at my best when I am kind and engaging in meaningful work that involves doing justice. I ask you, as you leave your studies at the School of Social Work, to promise that you will actively listen to those you serve and work with, that you consider that you still have much to learn, even from those you teach, and that you join me in the cause of justice. Together, we are building stories those who will follow us will learn from. Together, we are building a legacy of justice. Congratulations on completing the hard work that has brought you to this graduation day, and I look forward to hearing the many ways you go forward today to do justice. Thank you.
May I say thank you so much for that powerful message. And also, Judge Montoya Lewis, welcome home. Huskies are leaders, folks. I hope that one of you will one day follow Judge Montoya Lewis's footsteps as well. Now I'm really happy to invite Professor Geraldine Myers to talk to us a little bit about the Child Welfare Training and Advancement Program and to honor our scholars.
Hello, my name is Geraldine Myers, and I'm honored to be the Associate Director of the Child Welfare Training and Advancement Program, otherwise known as CTAP. Our director, Zenobia Hetherington, is not with us tonight. However, she does send her heartfelt congratulations. CTAP is a federally funded partnership between the University of Washington School of Social Work and the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. CTAP promotes continued professionalization, recruitment, and retention of social workers serving in the public child welfare system statewide. Since 1992, the School of Social Work has graduated over 812 CTAP students, including 32 in this academic year. CTAP participants receive educational assistance along with an extensive academic and practice-based focus on professional social work with a diverse population of children, youth, and families served by the public child welfare system. Upon graduation, CTAP participants commit to serving children and families as employees of the Department of Children, Youth, and Families Child Welfare Department. Each year, the CTAP team, along with the child welfare faculty and DCYF employees, recommend MSW students for the CTAP Scholar Awards. Those recommended consistently excel both as student practitioners and scholars. As you might imagine, this is an exciting and daunting challenge. This year, we have chosen 3 students, although all of our students are indeed CTAP scholars. I will announce the students' names and ask that you join us in celebrating them as they come up to receive their certificate and an annual membership to the National Association of Social Workers to start out their MSW career to one of the most prestigious professional organizations. Our first scholar is Sarah Yu from the Day Program. Our other recipients are students in our extended degree program, Jazzy Smith and Emily Bodinger. Please come up and receive your plaques, Jazzy and Emily. Well, we will make sure that they all receive their plaques, but congratulations to you all.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite another one of our students, Lauren Fernandez, an MSW Day Advanced Standing student, up to the stage to perform a song she wrote titled Mother.
Can anyone hear me? Hello. Hi, everyone. This is for everyone who's come before me, because without them, I wouldn't be here today. You look at me with my mother's eyes. to sleep with your lullabies, telling me of stories from a place that I must know. But I was years too late, 100 years ago. I always thought they were fairy tales, until fiction turned to facts. I remember wondering what's lying over at the great beyond. While we may never know, listen to a song. We were always here if you'd look closer, come closer. We never could disappear under fallen leaves. Our hands are bound, but our voices will guide you away from your fears. And when it all starts slipping away, save all those memories and frames, a feeling you just can't shake, like we were all just meant to break. So carry me home, tell me it's okay. We'll worry about it all another day. 'Cause walking in your footsteps makes me feel so small. How can I even start to carry a soul? We were always here if you'd look closer, come closer. We never Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Lauren. That was so beautiful. So now we've come to the most important moment in the program, the conferring of the degrees. All of our students will be called by name and will cross the stage and receive a scroll and a School of Social Work alumni pin. Don't worry, we're going to be following you. We will begin with the presentation of the PhD in Social Welfare degrees in alphabetical order. We will say a few words about each of our graduates, after which they will be hooded by their chairs or another member of their doctoral committee. I'd like now to invite Professor Roberto Orellana, the chair of our PhD program in Social Welfare, to present the PhD candidates.
Hello, good evening. My name is Roberto Orellana, and I will not tell you about my tattoo tonight. Some other time, but not tonight. I'm the director of the PhD program in social work, in social welfare at the School of Social Work, and it is an honor to preside over the awarding of the PhD in social welfare to our students. The faculty, staff, everybody, all the students that you taught, all your peers, we are all so happy for you, and we know that everybody has worked hard, and we extend our warmest congratulations to each of you. The Doctor in Social Welfare is the highest degree awarded in social work, which culminates in the writing of the doctoral dissertation, which is a significant piece of original research. For families and friends who have supported these graduates, we can assure you that it's all been worth it, since your graduate is well on their way to become leaders in their communities and individuals who will contribute to the uplifting of our communities and society. Our PhD program at the University of Washington is nationally and internationally recognized. As a result, our doctoral graduates are highly sought after for their ability to bring a deep commitment to social justice and scientific reasoning to bear on the most pressing social issues of our times. For more than 30 years, our graduates have moved on to distinguished careers at leading universities, research centers, social welfare organizations. And this year, 6 extraordinary graduates continue this legacy. We are proud of them and welcome them as future faculty colleagues and scholars. The judge reminded us that sometimes we see people on their worst days, and we do that many times in social work. But it's also a reminder that we also have good days and best days. And just want to remind all of us that this is one of our best days when we're here together. So celebrate yourselves, your families, the friendships you made. Enjoy it, because it's not always going to be a good day. It is our tradition each year to have one of the doctoral students speak to all of you about their journey to the PhD. And I'm pleased to introduce Eric Agyeman. He was selected because his peers thought that he would be a great representative of their cohort and the program, and a good example of the PhD journey. So,
thank you, sir. Hi, everyone. My name is Eric Ajiman, and I'm honored to have the opportunity tonight to share a brief message on this exciting evening. First, as a member of the Ashanti tribe of Ghana, I would like to honor the Coastal Age people, the land which touches the shared waters of all tribes and bands within the Duwamish, the Puyallup, Suquamish, Tuwalip, and Mokoshit nations for stewarding this land on which I stand tonight from time immemorial, and I ask their ancestors and the leaders in the physical realm permission to speak tonight. The Dean, faculty, staff, members, family and friends, and of course, the wonderful fellow graduates gathered here tonight. Good evening. With excitement and deep appreciation, first to our Dean's team, faculty, and staff for pouring out your knowledge, love, wisdom, and investment into who we have become today. As an African proverb goes, it takes the support of the tree for the creeping or the crawling plant to see the sky. It is important to honor the leaders who walk with us through our academic journey. So with a clap, let's please appreciate our faculty and staff gathered here tonight. Yes. To the graduates, I say Ayiko in the Twi language, which means congratulations. It has not been an easy journey. The readings, the assignments, writings, and compounded by COVID impact. But for your commitment to the values of social work, racial and social justice, and the various goals for which you came into this program, we stood strong and we made it. I say thank you. With that, I encourage you, for every purpose for which you came into this program, to stay focused and not lose sight of it. We're surrounded each day by numerous structural and systemic injustices against BIPOC communities, usually rooted in white supremacist culture. And examples such as the unfortunate death of George Floyd only reveal the concealed fossils of injustices against BIPOC and other marginalized communities. Speaking to just a few other examples, including how we treat our children, reminds me of my favorite quote from Nelson Mandela, that there is no keener revelation in a society's soul than the way we treat or it treats its children. And I believe same can be said for how we treat marginalized communities. As change makers, sometimes it may feel like an unending battle, but history attests to some of the significant fights and changes that brought us this far by our ancestors and the giants on whose shoulders we stand. And as the saying goes, if the one chasing you do not stop, you do not stop running. Similarly, let's keep the fight individually and as a community. And never doubt the inherent power and fire in you to make change wherever you serve. And as was beautifully said by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., not everybody can be famous, but everyone can be great because greatness is determined by service. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. The often cited African proverb, "Sticks in a bundle are unbreakable," well illustrates the power of community coming together to address social and racial injustices impacting our communities. As we celebrate our academic achievements and success tonight, let's remember and celebrate each day the impact we seek to make in our communities moving forward, to make the world a better place for this and many generations to come. To end my message tonight, please permit me to celebrate the wonderful graduates in an unconventional way. And what that means is that we will all shine collectively for the graduates gathered here tonight. So when I say shine, you're simply going to rub your palm, right? And when I increase my voice, you increase the rate at which you shine. And when you hear "give it," we're all going to clap simultaneously or at the same time to generate the sense of unity and bond that we have as family, faculty, staff, and as a united community. So the first one is a trial version, so don't be worried to get it correct. Just go with the flow. All right, shine. 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 Give it. That's around like 79%. We'll try one more time. All right, shine. Shine to the hard work. Shine to your success. Shine to the support from family. Shine to our loving faculty and staff. Shine to your greatness. Shine to the power inherent in you. Shine to the change you're going to be making in this universe. Shine, 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 and give it. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Congratulations. Woohoo! Now we will read the names and a little bit about each of our 6 PhD graduates. And they will come onto the stage and be hooted by their committee chair or a member of their committee. We'll start with Eric. Eric has defended his dissertation entitled Community-Based Approach to Ending Human Trafficking, the Effectiveness of My Right, My Future in Addressing Child Labor and Trafficking in Ghana, West Africa. His committee is composed of Chair Kevin Haggerty, and other committee members include Mike Spencer, Margaret Spearmont from the School of Social Work, Dr. Katerina Gudmanova from the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences. Eric would like to thank his wife, Angelina Saki. Give her a big round of applause. And a big round of applause to his mom, Evelyn Danso. Eric. His dad, George Leroy McCullough, brother Frederick Agimejan, the mayor, listen to this, the mayor of his city in Ghana is here. She flew from Ghana to celebrate with him tonight. And his entire family and friends for next steps through a $500,000 grant from the Gates Foundation. Eric will be expanding a leadership development program across the state of Washington to train emerging BIPOC leaders to serve on strategic city, county, and statewide boards and commissions and elected positions to influence policies that impact our communities. Additionally, Eric is excited to be accepted into an NIH fellowship based at Washington University in St. Louis, funding the next phase of his research in Ghana. Congratulations, Eric. Next, we have Moo-Hyun Kim. Moo-Hyun is about to defend his dissertation entitled Adolescent and Adult Suicidality as Consequences of Maltreatment Experience and Low Socioeconomic Status in Childhood. Their chair, Dr. Peter Pecora, and other committee members are Megan Romanelli from the School of Social Work, Todd Herrenkohl from the School of Social Work in Michigan, and Kyle Crowder from Sociology. Moo-Hyun would like to express his deepest gratitude to everybody when I find my line. To his wife. Big round of applause to his wife, Song Ah, his dear friend Jin Kyu and Kyu In, and his committee members and Dr. Taryn Lindhorst for their unwavering support and guidance have transformed him, shown him the power of small progress leading to significant change, just like how social work works. He would like to thank them all from the bottom of his heart. Dr. Romanelli and Dr. Pecora will perform the hooting. Congratulations. Our next graduate is M. Lorsel. M has successfully defended her dissertation entitled Risk, Resilience, and Characteristics of Fatal Intimate Partner Violence with Native Americans. Their committee is composed of their chair, Mike Spencer, Danae Dotolo, and Emiko Tajima in the School of Social Work, along with Dr. Jean Dennison in anthropology. Dr. Mike Spencer will perform M's hooting with Dr. Emiko Tajima. Congratulations. If M goes to academia, she will be one of less than 0.5% of Native Americans who are professors in academia in the whole of the United States. Not with us today, but we will celebrate Jessica Lapham. Jessica is unable to attend this evening, but has successfully defended the dissertation entitled The Influence of Labor and Employment Conditions on Workers' Health in the United States. Their committee is composed of their chair, Melissa Martinson, and Drs. Jenny Romick, David Takeuchi in the School of Social Work, and Gerald Herring from Sociology. Congratulations, Jessica. And I hope you're paying attention to the titles. These are really some of the most challenging issues we have in society, and it is our graduates and all our MSW colleagues who are dealing with this. So thank you for all you do. Next, we have Jessica Ramirez. Jessica defended her dissertation entitled Utilizing Healing Frameworks to Address and Challenge Racism and White Supremacy in and Out of Educational Settings. The committee is composed of her chair, Mike Spencer, David Takeuchi from the School of Social Work, and Shani Washington in the School of Education, as well as Megan Ibarra from Geography. Jessica will be joining the School of Social Work and Chicano and Latino Studies program at Portland State University as an assistant professor this fall. And she would like to thank her family, friends, the Oxnard community for loving and supporting her through the educational journey, Mike Spencer and Dr. Washington from the College of Education, Will Hood. And Jessica will also be joining a very, very small percentage of faculty in the academy in the U.S. So, you know, we're breaking paths here for many others. Next, we have Ashley Ruson. Ashley is defending her dissertation entitled Intimate Partner Violence in Child Custody Decision Making, an intersectional analysis of the functioning of family courts. Her committee is composed of Dr. Emiko Tajima, with support from committee members Megan Moore and Erin Casey in the School of Social Work, as well as Mary Kernick in the Department of Epidemiology. Dr. Tajima will perform Ashley's hooting. Congratulations, Ashley. Congratulations to all of you. We are very proud of you, and we welcome you as colleagues. So celebrate. Thank you.
Now, on behalf of the MSW program, I'm humbled, honored, and excited to preside over the awarding of the Master of Social Work degrees to our 2023 graduates. We want to begin by mentioning two MSW graduates who have completed an optional thesis as part of their degrees. Kevin Bocek wrote a thesis, yes, entitled, I Use Because I'm in Pain, Fentanyl Users' Perspectives on Harm Reduction Services in King County. Kevin's thesis chair is Dr. Jane Lee. And Emma Wansel, whose thesis is Attitudes and Experiences in Palliative Care Providers Towards Patients with Substance Use Disorder. Emma's thesis chair is Dr. David LaFazia. Congratulations to both of you. As is tradition with our school's graduation ceremonies, MSW students nominated faculty members whom they wanted to participate in tonight's celebration. Charlotte Sanders, assistant teaching professor, will read their names as they approach the stage, and Aida Wells, associate teaching professor, will present their alumni pins. A Master of Social Work at UW and elsewhere around the world is among the most demanding graduate degrees due to the combination of both classroom and in-the-field learning, which require many hundreds of hours of class attendance and homework, but also almost 1,200 hours of direct practice experience in community settings where students are mentored by dedicated social work practitioners, many of whom are graduates of our school. That means, in addition to their schoolwork and their coursework, our students are in agencies, clinics, and hundreds of other sites for an equivalent of 20 hours a week for 54 weeks, like working half-time for a whole year. And of course, many of our students are working half-time or more to support their schooling and their families. We not only honor the significant achievement of all of you who are receiving your MSWs tonight, but this year's graduates will also remember and be commended for the sad, challenging, and world-changing events of living and studying during the COVID pandemic. In almost a moment's notice, in March 2020, and continuing over the past 3 years, we had to pivot from in-person to online learning. Many of you were not only worried about your own health, but caring for loved ones who were immunocompromised, or were suffering or passed from COVID, or were living with children, relatives, and friends who were doing their best to navigate the challenges of everyday life during a worldwide pandemic. And through it all, you showed tremendous resiliency, dedication, and most of all, generosity for yourselves, for each other, and for all of us at the school. So smile at your classmates sitting next to and around you right now. Wave at the hundreds of family and friends who are in the audience. And send a shaka to all of us in the school who celebrate you tonight. Shaka! Because here you are graduating. Woo! We admire you, we respect you, we thank you, and we will hold you up forever. We know you will go on to do wonderful things as you step out into this world that needs social workers more than ever. We are faced every day with social problems that are so commonplace and yet historically part of social work's calling. Gun violence, threats to reproductive freedom, curbs to voting rights, food insecurity, gentrification of communities and neighborhoods, continued surveillance, incarceration, and murders of Black and brown children and families, environmental degradation, and divestment in disability justice and trans and human rights. But this is your important and inspiring work ahead, and we are so happy and proud to launch you on your way tonight. As social workers, we know you will remember that your calling is to work for justice, and you must do that with your hearts and your spirits wide open, because that's why you are graduating with the best degree in the world. Congratulations, social workers. And now, with great honor, we present the Master of Social Work degrees.
Jillian Halleck. Kaylee Joseph. Jordan Luna. Jenna Davis. Grace Wood. Keisha Welts. Alicia Hanning. Joey Wexler. Suzanne Schumacher. Michael Townsley. Alicia Perkins. Jason Wong. Zachary Tenay. Zach Barnett Kern. Tyler Settergren. Olivia Hammermaster. Luyi Ran. Hui Wang. Gracie Watson. Dominique Matthews. Regan Sides. Ayan Muhammad. Rashad Mays. Ashley Nguyen. Emma Ray. Tita Ross. Gemma Pauner Boyenko. Anita Aleaga. Madeline Estegard Hensley. Rachel Collier. Alicia Stevens. Chloe Fritz. Chris Rockus. Aurisa Ugalino. Hee-Kyun Chung. Emily Ravi. Joanna Miramontes Lugo. Kathleen Elizabeth White. Tessa Carpenter. Megan Gunluck. Megan Gunluckuk. Lauren Fernandez. Alice Allen Redfern. Carrie Kincaid. Hannah Guggenheim. Peter Horak. Nina Jackson King. Nicole Patterson. Johara Hussein Ahmed. Rachel Redmond. Gauri Ramesh. Absa Samba. Amina Lambertis. Brian Weekman. Nicholas Wudler. Amanda Tahaney. Becca Schwartz. Sandy Vo. Jake Reynolds. Stephanie Truex. Sandy Dempsey. Amanda Daniels. Brooke Pringle. Anastasia Weber. Veronica Wallach. Daniel Ross. Morgan Laird. Shay Patricia Hansen. Ori Kimura. Shira Tomoru. Huan Din. Nathan Silpacket. Wendy Walkoff. Meredith Bird. Ling Chang. Ayana Fukahashi Freeberg. Drayan Garza. August Rivers. Lennox Mars. Tali Buttons. Sarah Bekele. Cristel Cilio. Brooke Nelson. Emily Rivers. Eliza Bristol Davis. Zach Hart. Felicia Graham. Love Kohler. Gray Mahaffey. April Mahoney. Katie Granith. Tracy Grace. H. Neville. Zelda Oppenheim. Mary Claire Squires. Eden Amital. Gabrielle Agustamar. Liv Thomas. Ashley Macrina McAllister. Kayleen Yun Mi Chung. Ona Yeager. Wynn Stewart. Pindi Desi. Seaton Fitzpatrick. Fitzmacken. Sorry about that. Abigail Lindsay. Maya Joyce. Megan Lafayette. Erica Walker. Karina Blancas. Astro Pittman. Katie Freeman. Maddie Wilson. Abimel Torres Rivera. Josh Skull. That's okay. Porter Warwick Hess. Summer Ayub. Talia Shulman. Fiona Cohen. Ellie Sprinkle. Ricky Barish. Kevin Bocek. Aaron Lino. Emerson Enkenbauer. Carlos Vargas. Anupa Gewali. Deborah Nascimento de Araujo Dold. Jessica Pacheco. Ashley Parra Lopez. Andrea Olmedo Amaya. Can I do it? Rogelio Sepúlveda Jr. Glenn Kelton. Emily Ray. Faye Mayena. Maina. Estefani Laigo. David Osei Owusu. Lexus Edwards. Rebecca Bronner. Emily Dittig. Ann Wynn. Angelica Garcia Cruces. Kate Rosker. Erin Alberts. Kelsey Kraft. Emma Wansil. Sophie Phillips. Salma Ledesma. Jessica Alston. Jenna Service. Vincent Davis. Jisoo Kim. Misha Gibson. Armand Tena. Latu Onjawalatan. Eric Hellman. Noah Stewart. Allison O'Leary. Julia Trace. Kate Hanna. Camille Clausen. Lydia Dake. Emma Lukin. Ellie Greenberg. Sarah Baruka. Alinda Smith. Margaret Macarini Crossan. Maya Aviva Khan. Joe Williams. Purrington. Rio Kintami. Mora Tomasetti. Tabitha Kojima. Vanessa Corona Campis. Tia Yazzie. JB Pham. Swang Logman. Jennifer de la Cruz. Melissa Lin. Bridge Condren. Hope Harvey. Christine Radigan. Jeff Wagner. Lucas O'Brien. Andy Medrano.
Well done, Andy.
Andrea Moranella Igreski Paz. Isikowski Paz, sorry about that. Jordan Smith. Hillary Rose. Emma Hewitt. Serena Corbett. Minerva Arevalo. Fatima Alkinani. Laura Osborne. Alicia Francis. Gabriella Chamberlain. Elena Lecoq. Hannah Gross. Dexea DeWeese. Maria Costello. Ursula Pattison. Martina Corona. Sherry Thick. Melinda Brokey. Paige Tweedy. Maya McCoy. Lule Weleyo. Morgan Alexander. Hannah Murphy. And we also have a few names of some students that were not able to join us this evening, part of the MSW graduating cohort. Denise Ure. Eddie Myers Power. And Lillian Tang.
Hi, everyone. My name is Bill Vesneski. I'm a faculty. Thank you. I'm a faculty member who teaches in the BASW program, and I'm speaking on behalf of our program director, Dr. Amelia Gavin. It's an honor for me tonight to preside over the awarding of the BASW degrees. I invite all of you to join in celebrating our graduating seniors. They help carry forward our school's strong commitments to undergraduate social work education and to social justice. In addition to the university's general education requirements, social work students must also complete courses in the major, and they complete a practicum where, under professional supervision, they have the opportunity to apply the knowledge, skills, values that they learn in the classroom to real-life situations. Our students are prepared for generalist social work practice, which means that they have a broad set of skills and insights when they're able to work with families, communities, agencies, and to engage in policy advocacy. This group of graduating seniors is a very talented bunch. On top of the normal rigor of the program, they have adapted to an ever-changing set of circumstances, remote, hybrid, in-person learning, and they've navigated personal and global hardships in order to graduate. All of you have practiced self-advocacy, self-compassion, you've asked for support, and you've gained new skills and insights, and we are all so impressed with you. 20 of our seniors, this is a record number for us, will be starting our advanced standing Masters in Social Work program, and they will earn their MSW in a year. They'll be back here in a year. 6 students completed the Departmental Honors Program, and where they extended their classroom learning to conduct independent research. I'm going to name the students and describe their projects. They are Taylor Ingram, whose projects were gaps in preparedness for homeless youth, transitioning from youth to adult programs. Lauren Gabrielle Daniels' project was Inside Out, how has life during the COVID-19 pandemic affected Black adolescent mental and social emotional health in the U.S. Christina Hubner's project was They Deserve to Be Heard, the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on informal caregivers of people with dementia in the United States. Abril Martinez Rodriguez's project, examining the impact of the recession of DACA policy on psychological health of recipients. Sabrina Springer's project, Resettling Refugees in the United States, identifying characteristics of services that contribute to their economic stability. And Stephanie Wroblewski's project, Benefits of Engaging Client Religion and Spirituality in U.S. Behavioral Health Care. Congratulations on this hard work and doing this extra work beyond the degree requirements. To all of our bachelor's students, congratulations. You are about to graduate from the University of Washington with a bachelor's degree that's going to position you for any kind of work in the social welfare field, and many of you will go on to get MSWs and even PhDs. Wherever you end up, we want you to be change agents. We want you to bring positive change to the world around you, and we hope that you're able to apply the skills you've learned here and to care for yourself and your families and your communities and those around you. Kelfani Mwamba, one of my colleagues, an assistant teaching professor who works closely with our BASW students, will join me on stage to pass out the alumni pins, and Charlotte Sanders will be reading students' names. Again, congratulations to all of our BASW students.
Jillian Alibon. Andy Ford. Brantley Iraklios. Calvin Denehu. Veronica Johansson Faison. Barbara Belk. Okay. Maya Colden. Masami O'Malley. Kendra Monteith. Stephanie Robleski. Mitchell Wolf. Gloria Connick C. Elisha Barasa. Florence Biename. Yuritsi Perez Ortiz. Shirley Mendez. Larissa Garza. Victoria Cusera. Eileen Hurtado. Vanessa Gloria Gomez. Christine Lazaro. Paul Yun. Lauren Daniels. Abril Martinez Rodriguez. Araceli Aguirre. Diana Pérez Salazar. Edith Mariela Reyes Loyola. Michaela Day. Cole Silty. Robert Self. Taylor Ingram. Sabrina Springer. Christina Hubner. Anvita Vare. Arwen Blazer. Jessica Saragui Cordero Castillo. Abigail Friend. Gabriela Ruiz Eras. Fernanda Cerillos. Joshua House. Grace Bizarre. Mariah Ringel. Jelena Ruland. Julia Lumaug. Jamel Constantino. Emily Kunmani. Paanta Giba.
Thank you, Kakani. Again, congratulations, graduates of the class of 2023. As we wrap up the evening, I'd like to invite two more MSW students, Kevin Bocek and Aaron Leno, up to the stage to perform together. Kevin will read a poem he wrote, and Aaron will perform excerpts from At the Bottom of Everything by Bright Eyes and Talking About a Revolution by Tracy Chapman.
Okay. Yeah. You know there are ghosts here.
The man across from me gave off the energy of a briefly dormant volcano. It was my fourth client interview of the day, so I was giving off the energy of an active volcano made out of baking soda. I tried to meet his gaze, but he just kept staring past me, boring an irate hole in the drywall behind me. I wasn't really sure what to say. The only sound was the buzz of the fluorescent lights, the killer hornets of the corporate world. And the thing is, I did know there were ghosts here. I had been haunting this man all afternoon, gazing at him from across the full but empty service center where everyone waited for nothing to happen. After all, this was the realm of hungry ghosts, a place where many politicians would see gobbling green ghouls like Slimer from Ghostbusters. My curiosity got the best of me. What sort of ghosts are here? Uh-oh. The volcano began to rumble. The tectonic plates beneath us groaned. I had opened Pandora's proton pack. He rumbled.
Every type. This place used to be a bowling alley for the mob. There are ghosts behind every door, in every corner. I'm looking at one right now.
The plot thickens. I expected the volcano to burst, for sulfur to fill my nose, and to learn what it meant to be ghosted outside of the context of Tinder. I braced, but no eruption came. Instead, the light softened, the hornets above ceased their endless toil, and for the first time, he looked at me instead of through me.
It's not bad. Most ghosts aren't bad. I like to see them. They fill the empty spaces.
They fill the empty spaces. I was there to fill gaps in people's lives, but I saw empty spaces everywhere I looked. I wanted to be special, a benevolent apparition, illuminating the crumbling bridges between what people needed and what they got. I guess this place wasn't as empty as I was thinking it was. We just weren't the ones filling it. So we sat beneath the flat light, and he told me about every spirit, the gifts he had been given and those that had been taken away. We hunted down phantom memories of lockdown still frozen in our bones, and we laughed as poltergeist imploded our carefully constructed futures. In the end, he told me that he felt less alone, and I hoped the empty spaces were full. But tonight, I see no empty. We are proud ghost hunters, hunters of every invisible race that wove its way around the hands of the clock such that all of humanity's wounds seem eternal. We will find those ghosts, and we will be together and proud as they whirl screeching into our perfect little ghost traps. But we are also the will-o-wisps who fill every empty space with tiny pockets of light, only visible to those who need it. We will break every veil. We will glide through every wall. We will celebrate life and death and every gorgeous piece of humanity in between. And we love, and we work, and we hum, and we buzz, even louder than the corporate death hornets. And it sounds so perfect, and it sounds like this.
Talk in every telephone, get eaten off the web. We must rip out all the epilogues to the books that we have read. And in the face of every prisoner strapped firmly to a chair, we must stare, we must stare, we must stare. We must take all of the medicines, too expensive now to sell. Set fire to the preacher who is promising us hell. And in the ear of every anarchist who sleeps but doesn't dream, we must sing, we must sing, we must sing. And it'll go like this, it'll go, while my mother waters plants, my father loads his gun. Says death will bring us back to God, just like the setting sun is return to the lonesome ocean. We must blend into the choir, sing ecstatic with the whole. We must memorize 9 numbers and deny we have a soul. And in this endless race for property and privilege to be won, we must run, we must run, we must run. We must hang up in the belfry where the bats in moonlight laugh. We must gaze into a crystal ball and only see the past. And in the caverns of tomorrow, just our flashlights and our love, we must plunge, we must plunge, we must plunge. Oh, my morning's coming back. The whole world's waking up. All the city buses are swimming past, and I'm happy just because I found out I am really no one. Don't you know, talking about sounds like a whisper. Don't you know we're talking about a revolution? It sounds like a whisper. Don't people gonna rise up and take their share? Poor people gonna rise up and get what's theirs. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Talking about a revolution. Finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about a revolution. While they're standing in the welfare lines, while they're crying at the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know it's talking about a revolution? It sounds like a whisper. Poor people gonna rise up and take their share. Poor people gonna rise up and get what's theirs. Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Talking about a revolution. Talking about a revolution. Oh, Lord. Talking about a revolution. Oh, Lord.
Aaron and Kevin, thank you so much for sharing your talents with us tonight. Graduates, this is your day. Please take our heartfelt good wishes with you as you celebrate with your fellow students, families, and friends. And be sure to check back on our School of Social Work graduation website in the next few days if you want to watch this all over again, or if you'd like to share it with people who are unable to attend this evening. And how many of you do social media? How many of you do Instagram? Follow us, okay? Follow the School of Social Work. We have a pitiful number of followers, all right? Please follow us. All of you, take your phones out right now. Follow us. We are going to have a social media presence. We ask that you remain in your seats as the faculty lead the recessional, followed by the graduates, starting with our newly minted PhDs. Once the graduates have left the arena, we invite you all to make your way out of the arena. We do request that friends and family members meet their graduates outside rather than on the arena floor or at the top of the stairs so that the traffic can continue to flow. We celebrate and embrace each of you as you begin your careers as a lifelong change agent, working to restore and strengthen our social fabric so everyone can exercise their right to equal justice and a joyful life. Congratulations again, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.